My friend, welcome to this edition of our Operation Greatness Freeing the Matrix Parasite Cleansed Action Podcast. This is Focused Wealth Immersion Action Pod number 57. It's entitled United We Stand, Divided We Fall. Which are you serving? This is extremely important because this is the question every one of us must recognize. How is your life serving freedom, serving God, serving humanity? How much of each moment is your power devoted to being of greater service to more people? That's why you are here. That's what your life is destined to be, because you are God's instrument for miracles after all. So, by being that instrument, by being that gift, you are God's gift to the world. That's how you are living your fulfilled, meaningful, wealthy life that is yours. And if you, well, let's not put it that way. I was going to say if you were programmed for scarcity, fear, lack consciousness, then you were serving evil. If you were programmed to play small, to not believe in yourself, to feel like you're insignificant and weak and helpless, and not worthy of success, happiness, joy, fulfillment, well being, peace of mind, prosperity, meaning, impact, contribution, then you're not going to do much with your life. You're not going to stand up and have a contribution that's meaningful to others. You're not going to be that gift you are. So, and I started to say, if you were programmed for scarcity, fear, lack consciousness, then you would be limiting your gift, your contribution. And yet, the better question is, to what extent have you been programmed to play small, to hold back, to live in fear, to believe in scarcity, lack, to deny and diminish your power and the gift you are? Because, I mean, we talked about this maybe two or three of our podcasts ago, probably two, and I don't remember which one that was. Fully more than, well, at least 90% of men and women feel like they are not worthy or undeserving of love, happiness, fulfillment, peace, prosperity. They have issues with low self-esteem. They've admitted to that. And that was before the fraud 1.0 began, the attempted totalitarian takeover. It's also called, like, at that time in March 2020, it was called the COVID psyop. And yet it's so much more pervasive because it's in all areas of our lives where evil had programmed every one of us to be small. And that's total manipulation because your power is beyond measure. The gift you are is beyond measure. Your ability to lead, inspire, transform, and liberate, doing a little more today, is also beyond measure. In other words, there's no limit to how much you can be of service and even liberate humanity. And that's what we are doing together through our freeingthematrix.com. If you haven't joined us there yet, then we'll do that now for sure, because you're missing out on so much great stuff there, because it's the great stuff within you that's coming to the surface, and you're no longer pushing it down. You're no longer disconnected from it. You're being, well, it's that the fires of freedom are consuming you, and you are recognizing how important you are, because this is your destiny to be that great leader you were born as, and it is now time for you to own that, to step into your power and to command your destiny. So, as part of how we are going back to, and this is real this time, united we stand, divided we fall. We're seeing which one you are serving with your every action, your every word that you're speaking or spelling, because your words have power, and each thought that you are entertaining, which is where you are giving your power. So you're consciously choosing your thoughts very carefully, intentionally, wisely. That becomes where you are giving your power and how we are creating our world, because that's how you are creating your life. And this is an absolute. This is your fundamental responsibility. This is the prime directive to use your power wisely, intentionally, only serving what you want, only furthering you in living your goals, desires, and dreams, and expressing and honoring and achieving and fulfilling your divine design, duty, destiny, dharma. Because every action you take is moving you closer to living that fulfillment. And that's when you're doing this consciously, because when you're unconscious, when you're disconnected or unaware of your power, which is beyond measure, then you're creating evil. You're furthering the agenda to keep people down, keep them disconnected, distracted, divided, disempowered. That's all what the dumbing device itself does. And yet, even that has a higher purpose, like by you right now, right here, using your link that you got when you joined us in the freeingthematrix.com mastermind, your invite people link, in all of the posts that you're making, even just from this Focused Wealth Immersion Action Pod number 57, you're leading, inspiring, transforming, and liberating every one of your online friends by going back to the beginning, if you haven't already been doing this from the start, and pausing and reflecting on each of the points here, we're seeing here, and relate that to your life, share your thoughts about that as separate posts, all of which include your invite people link, because this is how you're leading all of your friends to be that inspired visionary leader among all of their friends as you are yourself. And this is all of us coming back together as our human family. United we stand. We are all serving the common good for every one of us on the planet now. So, how much is your life the inspired example of what's possible for every one of us? What is your vision that is your North Star that's guiding you, and where everything you are doing, you are seeing how much that action is moving you closer, because that's what your life is about, is that fulfillment. This is how you are meant to be of service to others. So what is that specific vision? And how is every action furthering you in living that? That's how careful you need to be with how you are choosing to use your power every moment. So make sure you're doing that intentionally, with full presence and full awareness of your power beyond measure, and knowing that where you are choosing to give your attention, you are giving your power, and you are making that choice. Whatever you are choosing to give your attention, you are choosing to make that choice stronger. You're empowering that. So choose wisely, carefully each moment, because you are feeding your power to where you are giving your attention. So that means give your attention to only what gives you joy, inspires you, and moves you closer to your goals, desires, and dreams. Because you know that with that being 100% of your focus, that's 100% of your life experience. So definitely pause and reflect on how well you were doing that before now, and then make the decision, I'm going to master this because my power matters, my life matters, my contribution to the world means everything to me because that's why I'm here on the planet now to be of greater service. So really reflect on all of this. You see how important all of this is? So recognize how much you had been programmed by evil to even fight those contributing to the world, or at least to stay small yourself, because you're so much easier to control when you're weak, when you feel helpless, when you don't believe in yourself. All of that was a complete manipulation by evil. So I mean, reflect on all this, because this is so huge for every one of us to be aware of, and for sure become parasite cleansed. That's a subset of our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. And if you want to have the greatest impact, you will also lead your Operation Greatness chapter in your community as well as among all your online friends. That's another subset of our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. So this is kind of funny to me. It's amusing in some respects. This today's Focus Wealth Immersion Action Pod number 57, United we stand, divided we fall. Which are you serving? It was inspired by a detractor on my Twitter to my last podcast. I'm kind of smiling too because I started to say divided by instead of divided we fall. My dad was a math professor, so that's some kind of like an unconscious homage to him, I guess, because I respect his contribution to the world and to our family and to my life very much. So let me just share this with you. I mean, if you're leading your own Operation Greatness chapter in your community, as that is how you will have the greatest impact, then you're seeing this on my screen right now. And otherwise, I'm just going to read it to you what this gentleman wrote. So this was in response to my pinned post that I put out there yesterday. And it looks like Twitter's doing some oppression here because it only got three. Well, yeah. I mean, let's go up to a new window here. I don't know how many people I have now on Twitter. Well, it's like 100 and I guess I'll just show you here. If you're watching this, you'll see this. We have like 183,000 some people. It used to be 184,000, but they've been doing some kind of, I don't know what they're doing, but let's just say that there's a question mark about why Twitter is, or X is oppressing people who are serving freedom and humanity. And right now it's 183,219. I think 2 days ago it was 184,000 and something. So I don't know what happened with that. But anyway, the this last post, the my current pinned post, notice that. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you. 183,219 people have asked to receive the post that I'm making, and yet my pinned post from 16 hours ago has only received what? 3.1 3,169 views, right? So out of 183,219 people, it's only gotten 3,100 and whatever that was, 69 views. Yeah. So what is that? Well, if it was a 99% oppression level on X, then that would be what, 183, 18, wait, 1,832 views would be a 99% oppression level. So it's less than twice that amount. So that means it's 98 point maybe 2 or 3% oppression level for my pinned post. And that one usually gets about 10 times more views than anything else does on X. Like my post from 18 minutes ago, or 58 minutes ago, almost an hour ago, has only 100 views versus 15 minutes ago, 18 minutes ago now, 75 views. So that means like 183 people seeing my posts out of 183,000, 200 and plus followers. That means if I had 183 views, that would be a 99.9% oppression level, right? So from an hour ago, or even 19 hours ago, what did that one get? Not what, really? 92 views from 19 hours ago. That was a really strong post for freedom, in fact, but it was buried 92 views. So that's even half of 99.9% would be 183 views. So it even got half that much. So that's like 99.95% oppression level. You see how, I mean, that's evil. It's plain and simple for Twitter X, well, yeah, X anyway, to bury my views. Well, anyway, so this gentleman was that's serving evil. I mean, the systems of oppression and control include social media, and this is something that all of us are dismantling the effects, the manipulation of evil. Every one of us is required in this work. So, yesterday, my pinned post, which was about our last podcast, it says, "What do you think of the new Focus Wealth Immersion format of our OG, of our Operation Greatness podcast? How great would it be leading your own Operation Greatness chapter as a family? See what class, see under classes in the freeingthematrix.com mastermind to do that. And then the link to the video or to the podcast. It talks about, well, anyway, it's all about you leading your own chapter of Operation Greatness with your family as the greatest education that you are giving your children, because then they are seeing by their own results, their actions, they're getting the results of their own actions, and they're seeing by their results that they can create anything they want with focus, persistence, dedication, passion, purpose, and with your guidance, and this is the education our school system should provide, except that's about indoctrination. It's about getting people to fall into the program of playing small, not believing in themselves, not believing they matter or that they are worth anything. Deserving, undeserving of love is how people feel now. Anyway, and so this person, you can see his name on the screen, I didn't unfollow him or and I didn't block him and didn't remove his comment because it was inspiring to see the programming of people. So he responded, "Why would I pay someone else to teach my children success? What a load of crap." And see, that's why we have this question here. United we stand, yet divided we fall. Which are you serving? And recognize how much we've been programmed by evil to even fight those contributing to the world, or at least to stay small. So, how do you respond? I mean, how would you respond if you're doing good in the world by giving people the way to become financially free and to give their children the education that is our prime duty as parents? And then somebody responds this way to you, how would you react to that? I mean, my first inclination was to just, well, let me just share with you what I wrote to him. I responded back to him, before vomiting on someone's vision, make sure you understand what they're doing. Yes, you're free to be a toxic person, just as evil has programmed people to keep people down. You clearly didn't read the show notes or listen to the podcast. Please do. I could have just ignored you and blocked you, yet you may really be a sincere person. who just reacted based on a quick skim or reading of the post, you could really make a difference in the lives of several thousand people through this if you knew what it was about. I mean, do you agree that this person just reacted harshly based on a surface level review of what we're doing together through our freeingthematrix.com mastermind and especially our Operation Greatness chapters that we're all leading in our communities? Because we're all here to be of service to each other. So even like this person, if I just blocked him and I don't know, reported his comment as mean or bullying or whatever. I mean, he's trying to dim my light. He's trying to tell me that what I'm doing is a scam or, whatever, isn't serving people. And yet, I mean, I know it's kind of like if somebody's ignorant and like if you said, you're such an ugly hippopotamus instead of like a human, I mean, I would just think, well, obviously this person is confused or ignorant or incapable of seeing what is true, and I have no, and I know I'm comfortable in who I am. I love myself and I'm happy and at peace with how I am being of service to others. So why would I anyway, I mean, so it's how you respond to the world because the world is the reflection of where you are in consciousness, right? So if you have people who are detractors to you, that you could look at that as a test to see how comfortable you are with where you are going and who you are. And I mean, I know my vision, I know my heart, I'm at peace and I'm coming from love and honor and high integrity. So why would I anyway? I mean, so it's you're choosing each moment where you are giving your attention. And is that serving you or is that hurting you? That's the important question. Are you serving good or are you fighting good and serving evil? Because if you're holding back, you're actually doing evil's work. If you're not playing full out, if you're limiting your level of happiness, joy, fulfillment, well-being, peace of mind, success, prosperity, meaning, impact, contribution, then you're playing into evil. You're serving evil's agenda, which is to keep people down, to keep people weak, to keep people disconnected, divided, disempowered, distracted, in despair, distance from each other. I mean, all that's just from the dumbing device. And so really see where you are and the person you are being and how you are contributing meaningfully in the world. Because the more you give, the more you get back multiplied by the factor you believe in yourself as worthy of receiving. They say the law of tenfold return. The more you give, the more you get back multiplied by 10. Well, why not multiplied by 10 billion instead of just 10? Because you are unlimited and it's how much you are willing to receive which determines your impact in the world. I mean, there's a key insight for you. If you have the knowing that you matter, if you're receiving and flowing with the currency of life and receiving the infinite, unlimited, which you are meant to express and experience and be that embodiment in the world, be that example of how much more is possible for every one of us, then everything that you give out, you will allow yourself to receive 1,000 times that much, or 10,000 times that much, or 10 million, or 10 billion times that much, right? Because to God, the infinite and unlimited, there's no difference between $1 and $1 trillion. Energy is energy. It's like that famous quote that I really love. It's one of my favorite quotes. I came upon abundance, I took abundance, and still abundance remained. There's no limit to how much good you are able to do in the world. There's no limit to how much of the infinite and unlimited you are able to receive for yourself and in the world, for how you are contributing meaningfully to others, coming from abundance, not scarcity, fear, lack, programming by evil. So we're all here to serve each other. United we stand, divided we fall. We had played into the manipulation, the programming of evil, and we became very divided and weak, easily conquered. And we're seeing that in the world today. I mean, like I just showed you on X, for example. So come from love, be supportive of others, encourage others, and yet stand within your power yourself in your center. And you are here to be the inspired visionary leader of everyone you are blessed to be able to serve, such as right here by leading, inspiring, transforming, and liberating every one of your online friends by sharing this Operation Greatness Action Pod number 57 with them by sharing your thoughts about each of the points and using your invite people link that you got when you joined us in the freeingthematrix.com mastermind, because that's how you're contributing meaningfully to them and helping them become strong and free and sovereign. We are sovereign, we are free. This is our duty, our destiny. So make sure you're doing that and working with all of us, working together in liberating humanity, because this is the higher purpose of every one of us. So do that. You are that inspired leader of everyone connected with you, all your online friends. You're here to transform them. So transform them right here with this podcast already. Go back in the beginning if you haven't been posting about everything that we're sharing and talking about here. Well, then do that now. And in all of your posts, use your invite people link that you got from joining our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. Let me know, and then take all the posts that you're making and send them to me personally at dan@danclatt.com, and then share that essay that you're sending me with what was most inspiring and meaningful for you and how this Operation Greatness Action Pod number 57 has transformed your life by itself, and how inspiring you are going to, well, how inspiring your life will be and how much more inspiring your leadership is going to be. Share that with us as well in the essay that you're sending me, and then take that essay and post that in our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. Any question about the need for all of us to do this now? Because we're the human family and we're here to serve and support each other as much as we can. So, here, by you sharing this podcast with every one of your online friends, you're transforming them, you're liberating them, you're showing them how much they matter. And we're all breaking free from the scarcity, fear, lack programming meant to keep us down, keep us weak, and also become parasite cleansed. That's the most important thing that every one of us is now required to do to get out of that toxic programming, to stop becoming weak, to end the poisoning in each of our lives. And that includes the poisoning in your mind, to play small and to not believe in yourself. So we're all doing this together through our freeingthematrix.com mastermind. So share your thoughts about all of this, and we're going deeper into as much of this as you want to talk further about. So let's go there now and go deep within everything that this is giving us in terms of living our best lives and being that inspired visionary leader. It is our destiny, it is our privilege, it is our responsibility to be. I love you, I believe in you, I know how much of a difference you are here to make, and I'm so grateful that you're seeing that now and you're making that impact. Thank you very much.